All right, today we're diving into something that feels like it's been pulled straight out of a sci-fi movie. It's a technology that could completely change the face of our cities. We are talking about Filmbase and these incredible invisible screens that are quite literally reshaping our world as we speak. Just think about it for a second. What if the glass on a skyscraper could shimmer with digital art? Or the cabin of a Ferris wheel could display the stars and constellations as you ride? What if the whole side of a cruise ship became a moving, breathing mural? You see, this isn't just about putting up more screens. It's about turning our entire world into a living canvas. And we're going to break down exactly how. And this quote, well, it really gets to the heart of it all. Unleash the limitless potential of vision and space. It's a pretty bold mission statement, right? But it's not about just adding more noise to our lives. It's about totally reimagining our relationship with the spaces all around us. So the big question is, how is any of this even possible? Well, it all comes down to a really groundbreaking piece of tech called the Global Hidden Curtain. So let's get into what that actually is. Okay, so the secret sauce here is this Global Hidden Curtain. It is a groundbreaking transparent display, for sure, but the key phrase to remember is virtually invisible. This isn't about just slapping a clunky screen onto a building. Nope. This is about weaving technology directly into the architecture itself, making it completely disappear until the exact moment you want it to light up. And this is the magic number that makes it all work: 90% light transmittance. What that means in simple terms is that when the display is off, it's almost perfectly clear. It doesn't block your view, it doesn't block the sunlight, which, is a massive leap forward from traditional LED screens that are basically just big black boxes when they're off. And get this, look at how ridiculously discreet this tech is. We're talking less than 3 millimeters thick. It is the world's thinnest transparent display, and that's exactly what allows it to be so versatile. You can apply it to curved surfaces, you can integrate it without any bulky hardware. It is, for all intents and purposes, invisible, until you flip the switch. And it's not just about looking cool, it's also about being incredibly efficient. These screens use 60% less energy than the old school ones. Now, for cities that are trying to reduce their carbon footprint while also staying vibrant and modern, that is a huge, huge deal. And the tech specs themselves are just as wild. It's flexible, so you can literally mold it to fit these unique, crazy architectural designs. It gives you true, beautiful HD color. It can handle extreme temperatures from, Arctic cold to blazing desert heat. And of course, you can control the whole shebang from a simple app on your phone. Okay, so that's the tech. That's the how. Now let's get to the fun part and see what actually happens when you unleash this stuff on the real world. So the first big application is all about total transformation. It's about taking something that's already there, like a giant Ferris wheel, and turning it into this glowing beacon for a city's nightlife and its whole economy. And this is how they do it. This is the world's first display system designed just for Ferris wheels. Because the film is so flexible and transparent, it can wrap around the entire structure, turning the whole wheel into this mesmerizing digital show, all without blocking the view for the people inside. The ride itself becomes the main attraction. All right, so let's come down from the skyline and bring it to street level. How does this kind of technology change the face of stores and commercial buildings? Well, with the luminous, invisible screen, a big flagship store, for instance, can turn its entire glass facade into a dynamic ad or even a beautiful piece of digital art. But, and this is the crucial part, for the people inside shopping, the natural daylight still just pours right in. It's the perfect blend of marketing and architecture, the best of both worlds. Now for something really different. What if the canvas wasn't stationary at all? What if it could actually move across oceans? Well, that brings us to one of the most unique applications yet: cruise ships. By applying this film to the outside of a ship, the entire vessel becomes a massive mobile media platform. Just think of the exposure you get with a floating billboard that's sailing into different ports all over the world. For cruise lines, this opens up a completely new and potentially enormous way to make money. But look, these screens are so much more than just a pretty face. They create a real, tangible economic and cultural impact wherever they are installed. And this really lays out that ripple effect perfectly. So first, you create a stunning, innovative new landmark. That landmark, in turn, generates buzz and attracts people. Tourists, locals, you name it. All that increased traffic then creates valuable new opportunities for advertising. And when you put it all together, the whole thing elevates the commercial and cultural value of the entire area. It's a win-win-win. So, who is the driving force behind this whole revolution? Let's take a quick look at the company, Filmbase, to really understand the scale and, the credibility of this operation. Yeah, this level of innovation doesn't just happen by accident. Filmbase holds over 150 patents. That number right there tells you that this isn't just a cool idea. No, this is a deeply researched, heavily protected, and battle-tested technology. And their reach is truly global. We're talking production bases all over the world and exports to over 100 countries. You can already find their projects everywhere, from Asia to Europe to the Americas. This isn't science fiction. This technology is out there reshaping cityscapes right now. And that brings us to our final thought, and maybe the most important one. The technology provides the canvas, an infinite canvas, really. The bigger question for all of us, for artists, for brands, for cities, is what are we going to do with it? When any surface can become a screen, what messages, what art, what stories will we choose to tell?